Hey guys, welcome back. It's Joseph. Quick and simple gospel. Yeshua, Jesus, came to this earth, lived a perfect 33 years, was crucified on a cross for our sins, buried in a tomb for 3 days, and rose from the grave on the third day. We are saved through faith in Christ alone and by no other name. Amen. So, good evening, guys. What a crazy week. Hope you guys are doing well. I got a very big decode for you here. And for the record, I just happen to have a severe thunderstorm going on right now as I'm trying to go live. That's why I'm a little bit late. So if for any reason the power goes out, we'll come right back and we'll start over. But anyways, Hulk Hogan, dead at 71. And this is right after Malcolm Jamal Warner and Ozzy Osbourne. Can you believe it? I've never seen anything like it. 3 huge names back to back to back. But yeah, you can probably hear the thunder outside. Hopefully you can hear me over the thunder and the rain. But I hope you guys are doing well. I checked the radar. It should be on its way out. So it shouldn't last too much longer. But anyways, guys, I do have a crazy decode for you. Alright. So let me see how we're looking on the screen, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Hope you guys are doing well. Alright, we're looking good. Okay. Hey Duck, hey Debbie, hey Travis, hey Jay Bond, hey Flat Earth Warriors, hey Maggie, hey Diane, hey Mom of Texas 3, hey True Spirit, hey Kara. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey Clayton. Guys, do me a favor when you come in, please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. Helps out the algorithm and helps more people find the video. And also, please hit the share button. That way we can get this out to more people. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started. We got a lot to talk about, especially if I end up doing a recap. We're going to be here for a while. Hey Debbie. Alright guys, give me a second to get set up and then we'll get started. Wow. You hear that? Hopefully the power will stay on. Yeah, I like a good thunderstorm too, just not when I'm trying to go live, but it's all good. Alright guys, here we go. Professional wrestler Hulk Hogan, dead at the age of 71, WWE says. This article from today, July 24th. Alright guys, so we're going to break this down all by the numbers using gematria, which is simply letters as numerals. And once you learn the simple code of coding letters into numbers, you can see right through the scripted coded news every day. Alright guys, so just like Malcolm Jamal Warner and just like Ozzy Osbourne, the first number we're going to talk about is the number 201. So, first things first. We got 3 big names this week. Hulk Hogan dead at 71, Ozzy dead at 76, Malcolm Jamal Warner dead at 54. If you add up 71 plus 76 plus 54, you get 201. That big number we've been talking about all week. So Hulk Hogan, who actually died in Clearwater, which is right down the road from me. I'm in Port Richey, Florida. Wow, that thunder is crazy. Sorry about the noise, guys. Nothing I can do about it. The thunder and lightning should be gone soon. But anyways, Hulk Hogan died in Clearwater, right down the road from me. Only about a 20-minute drive from where I live. And he has a restaurant called Hogan's Hangout, which equals 201. And they say he was 201 centimeters tall, 201. The Jesuit Order, 201. Ignatius of Loyola, 201. That's the founder of the Jesuit Order. And Hulk Hogan made his professional wrestling debut. His first match was August 10th, 1977, while the United States was 201 years old. And a little bit later, we're going to connect this to the most recent Royal Rumble, which took place in Indianapolis, which also has that 201. All right. And here, let me set this down for a second. Just want to look something up. Okay. Interesting. Just want to show you something here. So yeah, that is interesting. Since we're going to be connecting this to the Royal Rumble, his real name, Terry Bollea, does equal Royal Rumble. So that's interesting and definitely worth mentioning. I didn't look that up yet. I tried to put, guys, it took me like 6 hours to put this together, and I went as quick as I could. But yeah, we're going to talk about the number 52 later. Royal Rumble 52, Terry Bollea 52 in the same cipher. Okay, we'll save that for later. Whoa! Wow. That was a good one. That was the biggest one of the day. That Barack, the lightning, right? All right, here we go. Let's get back on track here. And again, if the power does go out, just come on back. We'll restart. All right, guys. So we talk a lot about the number 201. We've been talking about it all week. So long story short, guys, the big three names this week: Hulk Hogan 71, Ozzy Osbourne 76, Malcolm Jamal Warner 54. Add up their ages, you get 201. Okay. Hulk Hogan's restaurant, called Hogan's Hangout, equals 201. They say he was 201 centimeters tall. The Jesuit Order, 201. Ignatius of Loyola, 201. That's the founder of the Jesuit Order. And his first match, August 10th, 1977, while the United States was 201 years old. Duck, I gotcha. I see your comment. Thank you, Duck. His first match was when the U.S. was 201 years old, and they just had the most recent Royal Rumble was Indianapolis, which equals 201. And then see, his real name is Terry Bollea. Where is it here? Terry Bollea has that 52 like Royal Rumble 52. We're going to talk more about the 52 later. But yeah. So anyways, you see the big 201 connection, right? God bless you too, Duck. So we just talked about the 201 in a big way with Ozzy Osbourne, which equals 201. Like Ignatius of Loyola 201, the Jesuit Order 201. Remember, Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuit Order. Remember the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis. His name was Jorge Mario Bergoglio, which equaled 201. He lived in suite number 201 at the Domus Sancti Marte 201, Catholic Pope 201. The Georgia Guidestones went down 201 days from the Pope's birthday, and then Pope Francis died 201 days from the death anniversary of St. Francis of Assisi, who he got his name from. Then I pointed out the other big connection to Ozzy Osbourne, which equals 201. Remember when he tested positive for COVID? April 28th, that was announced by Sharon Osbourne, and it was announced 201 days from her birthday. And remember, Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon Osbourne are born exactly 201 weeks apart, 201. And, you know, COVID was connected to a bat, allegedly, and Ozzy bit the head off a bat on the 20th day of the first month, 20/1. And remember Event 201, the pandemic simulation with William Henry Gates 201. And then remember Preparing for Disease X, the newest pandemic simulation. That was exactly 201 weeks after COVID declared a pandemic. And don't forget, Preparing for Disease X was also 201 days from Obama's birthday. But anyways, more with 201 and Ozzy. Ronnie James Dio, his connection with Black Sabbath lies in his role as the band's vocalist replacing Ozzy Osbourne. And he died May 16th, 2010, 201 days from Ozzy's birthday, which is December 3rd. So look at all those 201s. Here comes a big thunder in a second. I just saw a big strike. Must not be too close. There it is. All right. I mean, look at all them 201s. The bat on 21 tested positive, announced by Sharon 201 days from her birthday. And they were born 201 weeks apart. Ozzy Osbourne 201. I mean, that's pretty crazy, right? And why am I bringing this up again? Because the three big names we got this week, you add up their ages, it equals 201. Absolutely crazy. All right? There's so much to get to. I'll try to do a recap, but this is going to turn into a 2-hour-long stream here. So remember, Malcolm Jamal Warner died on the 201st day of the year. And there were 201 original episodes of The Cosby Show. And remember, he's from Jersey City, New Jersey, where they have the 201 area code. The Jesuit Order 201. And remember, he died at the age of 54. The Cosby Show equals 54. Bill Cosby equals 54. Jesuit Order 54. So speaking of the Jesuit Order, remember, Hulk Hogan was part of a group called the New World Order, which equals 177 and 69, like the Jesuit Order, 177, 69. And remember, Ozzy was the Prince of Darkness that had the 177, like the Jesuit Order, 177. So the leader of the Jesuits, the founder of the Jesuits, Ignatius of Loyola, which again also equals 201, don't forget. But the birthday of Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, his birthday, October 23rd. So Hulk Hogan is dead 91 days before his birthday. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, 91. Hulkamania, 91. The Society of Jesus, 91, the official name of the Jesuits. He dies from cardiac arrest, which has the 231, like Ignatius of Loyola, is also 231. And remember, Ozzy died 231 days after his birthday, like Ignatius of Loyola, 231. Singer, 231. Now, if it wasn't crazy enough yet with the Jesuit connection, look at this. Hulk Hogan went by several different names, all right? He went by Hollywood Hulk Hogan, which equals 71, dead at 71. He went by Terry Boulder, which equals 71, and he also went by the name Sterling Golden, which is 71. Look at that. 3 of his names equals 71. He's dead at 71. The former guy in charge of the WWE, Vincent McMahon, also has the 71. The Society of Jesus, 71. That's the Jesuits. Catholic, 71. The Jesuits serve the Catholic Church. And then this happened earlier this week. Eric Service, known to generations. My goodness. Hey, it makes it more interesting. Can you guys hear me okay over the thunder? So let me know. But it says Eric Service, known to generations of wrestling fans as the ultimate Hulk Hogan superfan, Roddy Hogan, has passed away. The news was announced by the Cauliflower Alley Club on Monday, July 21st. So the Hulk Hogan superfan just died a couple days ago. And look at that. Eric Service equals 71. Can you believe it? I mean, what are the odds? So that's a lot of 71s, right? Here, let me do something with my screen real quick. Hold on. All right, that's better. We're a little off level. We're good. So anyways, guys, long story short, his 3 names, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, 71, Terry Boulder, 71, Sterling Golden, 71, Vincent McMahon, 71. The superfan just died this week, named Eric Service, 71. The Society of Jesus, 71. That's the Jesuits. And Catholic, 71. The Jesuits serve the Catholic Church. Now check this out. If you go back 666 days from when Hulk Hogan died, you land on September 27th, which is the anniversary of the Jesuits being founded. How about that? On top of all the other Jesuit connections we've already made. You go back 666 days, you land on the Jesuits' birthday. What is Mr. saying in the chat? Oh, Hollywood Hogan had a connection to Thunder, right? Okay, so anyways, you go back 666 days, you land on the Jesuit founding date, September 27th. Hogan kickstarted a pop culture phenomenon with Hulkamania after defeating the Iron Sheik for the World Heavyweight Championship in '84. Jesuit equals 84, the Jesuit order, 84. Hulkamania, 62, the Jesuit, 62, Sacrifice, 62. Hulk Hogan's last match was on January 27th. So he's dead 187 days from the anniversary of his last match, Society of Jesus, 187. And that's the Jesuits. And remember, 187 is the homicide code. Terry Jean Balea, his full name 79, like Society of Jesus, 79. That's the Jesuits. Vince McMahon is 79 years old right now, and murder is also 79. Dead on a day with 56 date numerology. 7 plus 24 plus 25 equals 56. He had a show called Hogan Knows Best, which equals 56. Society of Jesus, 56. Hulk, 56. Pope, 56. And speaking of the Pope, the new Pope is Pope Leo. And, hold on, I gotta set this down again. Yes, I know about Chuck Mangione. You guys keep telling me, I know. I probably won't even decode it, to be honest with you. I mean, let's see, he's dead at... Isn't this the guy dead at 84? Yeah. Yeah, celebrity deaths at 84. They don't really move anybody. So we're going to stick with Hulk Hogan. And make sure you stick around to the end of this video. I got some more big stuff on Ozzy. Anyways, I want to look something up real quick that I also might have forgot to look up. I think the rain is on its way out, so that's good. And guys, hit that like button if you like what you're seeing so far. All right. I'm sure there's going to be stuff I miss, you know. It's, especially on the first go-round, it's really impossible to get everything. If I miss anything that's, you know, worth mentioning, I'll make a short video on it. Probably not going to do, well, I said that with Ozzy, and we recapped it several times. You'll hear about it if there's something worth mentioning one way or another. So anyways, back to the Pope. The new Pope, Pope Leo, his birthday September 14th, and Hulk Hogan is dead 52 days before his birthday. His real name, Terry Bollea, equals 52. WWF 52. NWO 52. And Pope 52. And like we talked about earlier, we're going to talk more about the Royal Rumble. But remember, Royal Rumble also had that 52. And including the end date, he's dead 53 days before the Pope's birthday. Wrestling equals 53. He's dead 7 weeks and 4 days before the Pope's birthday. For your 74, his full name, Terry Gene Bollea, 74, killing 74. Wrestling, 46, Sacrifice, 46, Catholic, 46, since we're making the Catholic connection. And don't forget, Catholic is also 71, and he's dead at 71. So back to his show. He had a show called Hogan Knows Best, which equals 205. He's dead on day number 205 of the year. How about that? That's definitely a key point. Yep, Bones, I mentioned the 62, and we're going to talk more about the 62 later with the Donald Trump connection. Also in the news today, Starlink outage across the U.S. as some users report total blackout today. Starlink outage 205. On day number 205 of the year, Hogan Knows Best 205. So the first episode of Hogan Knows Best came out on July 10th, 2005. That was 20 years ago. And he was inducted into the Hall of Fame 20 years ago. Death, 20. His last name, Bollea, 20. And Hulk, 20. The last episode of Hogan Knows Best was October 21st, 2007. That was 17 years ago. And today is 17 days from the anniversary of his first match. Kill equals 17. Mason equals 17. Remember, Ozzy died 17 days after his last show. So Hulk Hogan died right down the road from me in Clearwater, about 30 minutes away, not even. But anyways, Clearwater equals 43. Hulk Hogan, 43. Florida is 43. He died in Clearwater, Florida, right? So Hulk Hogan, 43. Clearwater, 43. Florida, 43. Killing, 43. Freemasons, 43. Masonic, 43. There were 43 episodes of Hogan Knows Best. He was also in the movie Rocky III, which came out 43 years ago. And back to Vince McMahon. He's also dead 4 weeks and 3 days before Vince McMahon's birthday. So that's a lot of 43s. The first episode of Hogan Knows Best came out July 10th. So he's dead 14 days from the anniversary of the first episode. Dead 14, WCW 14. And the final episode was on October 21st. He's dead 90 days from the anniversary of the final episode of Hogan Knows Best, and Hogan equals 90. Not including the end date, he's dead 18 days before his birthday, and including the end date, he's dead 18 days from the anniversary of his first match. And they say Hulk Hogan and his wife were baptized 18 months before his death, and Hogan equals 18, which is 6 plus 6 plus 6, right? So the most recent WrestleMania was it started on April 19th, not including the end date. He's dead 96 days after WrestleMania. Wrestler, 96. Cardiac arrest, 96. Freemason, 96. And the winner of the most recent WrestleMania was John Cena, which has the 146 and the 38, like Hulk Hogan is 146 and 38. And check this out, including the end date, he's dead 97 days after the most recent WrestleMania started. Look at this, Hulk Hogan, 97. Dead 97 days after WrestleMania. What are the odds? And death, 97. Hold on, let me look something up real quick. Okay. We're good. Never mind. So Hulk Hogan made his debut match for the WWF on November 17th, 1979. So today is 116 days from his anniversary with the WWF. Wrestling is 116. And he was with the wrestling group NWO, which formed July 7th, 96. That was 29 years ago. NWO equals 29. Now back to Royal Rumble. Remember I said we would talk about this again? Remember, Terry Bollea equals Royal Rumble, right? So the most recent Royal Rumble, which again was in Indianapolis, which had that 201, which is the number we started with. But the most recent Royal Rumble, it was the 38th annual Royal Rumble. 38, right? Look at this. Hulk Hogan, 38. Murder, 38. Dead in Florida, 38. Killing, 38. Death, 38. We've been talking about 38 all week. But anyways, here's the big point, right? If the 38s weren't enough. Remember the Murder by Numbers movie poster? The E is changed to a 3, the B is changed to an 8. Here, let me pull it up real quick. We talked about the 38 with Malcolm Jamal Warner and with Ozzy. It's too much to recap everything. You'll have to go back. But if you can tell here, you see the Murder by Numbers movie poster? See how the E is changed to a 3 and the B is changed to an 8? That's because murder is 38. So yes, Hulk Hogan's got the 38, like murder, killing, death, died in Florida, 38. And the most recent Royal Rumble was the 38th. Now, check this out. He's dead 174 days after the Royal Rumble. New World Order, 174. And that is the name of the group he was with, New World Order. How about that? And guys, please keep hitting that like button. And hit the share button. Get this out on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere you can. So he had a big connection with Randy Savage, right? And hold on, I need to look something else up. Hold on. Hold on, we'll get back to it in a second. I just know there's going to be stuff I miss. It's unavoidable. Okay. All right, so back to Macho Man. And I think the storm is pretty much gone. So that's cool. So he had a big connection with Macho Man Randy Savage, right? Both Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage, legendary professional wrestlers, died in Florida. And they were part of a tag team, all right? The Mega Powers, I believe, was the name. But anyways, Randy Savage died May 20th, 2011. Hulk Hogan died today. All right, May 20th, 2011. So Hulk Hogan is dead 170 months after Randy Savage died. And they both died in Florida. Florida equals 170, sacrifice equals 170. How about that? Hulk Hogan dead 170 months after Randy Savage, when sacrifice is 170. And the birthday of Randy Savage, November 15th, Hulk Hogan is dead 251 days after the birthday of Randy Savage. Ritual Sacrifice has that 251. And they were known as the Mega Powers, right? And remember, Randy Savage died May 20th. We get this news today 65 days from the death anniversary of Randy Savage, the Mega Power 65, and again, they both died in Florida, which is 65. And also, it's 3 months and 22 days from the death anniversary of Randy Savage. Or sorry, from his date of birth. Sorry. Randy Savage birthday, November 15th. The information is correct. I just misspoke. Sorry. Hulk Hogan dead today, July 24th. Randy Savage birthday, November 15th. So he's dead 3 months and 22 days from the birthday of Randy Savage. 322 Skull and Bones. Well, he's also dead. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame April 2nd. He's dead 3 months and 22 days from the anniversary of him being inducted into the Hall of Fame. So we got more 322 connections, the number of Skull and Bones. And remember, we had the big Skull and Bones connection with Ozzy. And remember how I told you, so John Michael Ozzy Osbourne is 322, right? That's the number of Skull and Bones. And remember, Ozzy died 32 weeks and 2 days from the anniversary of the Osbournes, 322. And he died at 76, and Skull and Bones equals 76. Surrounded by Love, 76. Heavy Metal Singer, 76. Ozzy Osbourne death, 76. And back to the other 322s. The Prince of Darkness was released on 322. Crazy Train was recorded on 322. Mr. Crowley was recorded on 322. And remember, including the end date, Ozzy died 123 days after 322, and Ozzy Osbourne's 123, born on 12/3. But anyways, remember the connection between 322 and 76? Remember the Georgia Guidestones? They went down on 7/6, like Skull and Bones. but they opened on 322. And remember, the Georgia Guidestones are built under the alias RC Christian, which equals 76. And the Guidestones went down on 7/6 on George W. Bush's 76th birthday, member of Skull and Bones. Remember all that? But anyways, just wanted to remind you of the Skull and Bones connection with Ozzy. And now for more Skull and Bones, and now this is where we get to the connection to Donald Trump. Trump pays tribute to great friend Hulk Hogan after wrestling icon's death at 71. There they are together. So he's dead on a day with 76 date numerology. 7 plus 24 plus 20 plus 25, 76. Like Donald John Trump, 76, Skull and Bones, 76. And you know, I've been saying for a long time on this channel, I think they're going to get rid of Trump soon. And I think this is another big clue. But anyways, you're going to see how this is all connected to Donald Trump now. So today has 76 date numerology. Donald John Trump, 76, Skull and Bones, 76. Yeah, Bones, look up how many days it is from Putin's birthday. Airplane equals 76 too. Yeah, for the record, I actually did a decode on the Russian plane crash. I don't know if I'm even going to present it because I need a break. Not like a long break, but yeah. Here. Let me show you real quick. I mean, that is the main point of the decode. So I could just do it right now, since Bones brought it up. It's 76 days from Putin's birthday. And not only is Russian plane 76, but airplane is 76. And then, like we just said, today has 76 date numerology, right? 7 plus 24 plus 20 plus 25, 76. There is more to it, but this is the key point. You know, I keep saying, like, man, I hope I can get a break for like a day or maybe 12 hours, and then huge celebrities keep dying. Russian plane equals 76. So what are the odds, right? On a day with 76 date numerology, 76 days from Putin's birthday, the leader of Russia, you got the Russian plane story, and then airplane is also 76. And that really is the key point. See how airplane is also 76? I guess I should show you the headline too. But yeah, that's the key point. Airplane 76, Russian plane 76, 76 days from Putin's birthday on a day with 76 date numerology. One of the reasons I didn't put out a decode on it yet was because the news and Wikipedia had conflicting numbers. And if they still have conflicting numbers, then I'm not even going to mention it. Okay, Wikipedia has adjusted. Okay. What's this? Angara? The name of the airline was Angara, right? Here, we'll get into it real quick. Sorry, guys. We'll get back to Hulk Hogan. I originally was going to do a video on the plane crash, and then I got the news about Hulk Hogan. I said, well, my whole day just changed. Yeah, Angara had the 24. Today's the 24th. I think Russia. Here. I'm going to have to open a few tabs here. We're doing it live. See how Russia is 24? Here, it's in the same cipher. Russia 24. Name of the airline's Angara 24. Plane 24. Good thing God blessed me with a good memory, right? All right, so we got the 76 connection. 76 days from Putin's birthday. On a day with 76 date numerology. Russian plane 76, airplane 76 on the 24th of the month. Russia 24, Angara 24, plane 24. Russian plane. See how the name of the airlines is Angara, A-N-G-A-R-A. Let's make sure we got that spelled right. A-N-G-A-R-A. Yep. Now, for the other big piece, they're saying 48 people, and that's why I waited, because they changed the number. But, here, let's just confirm. Let's type in a Russian plane 48. Make sure there's multiple articles with that. Yeah, so everyone's saying 48 now. CBS, Fox News, ABC, AP, they're all saying 48. All right, and let me show you why they're saying 48. Russia equals 48. And plane equals 48. How about that? The whole thing perfectly connected. So how about that, guys? 48 people on the plane. Russia 48, plane 48. On the 24th of the month. Russia 24, Angara 24, the name of the airlines, plane 24. 76 days from Putin's birthday on a day with 76 date numerology, Russian plane 76, airplane 76. And there's more to it, but I don't even know if I want to, you know. Hold on. See the destination? There was something on that too. Hold on. Here, let me set this down for this one. Hold on. And don't worry, I'm going to do a whole recap on Hulk Hogan without any interruptions, so. Yeah, that's what it was. This is the last part. And one more. Oh, I almost forgot. Today also has date numerology of 56 and plane crash equals 56. That was the other part. We'll be back to Hulk Hogan in the next 5 minutes. Let me just show you how plane crash equals 56 too. So yeah, very obvious ritual yet again. And I'm sure there's even more, but I think this is enough for you guys to see. Okay, so today also has date numerology of 56. 7 plus 24 plus 25 equals 56, right? Plane crash, 56. And then let's go back to the Wikipedia. The destination was Tinda Airport in Tinda, Russia. So Tinda, Russia, 43, crash near the airport, 43, plane crash, 43. And then Tinda Airport, 62, airplane crash, 62, passenger plane, 62. I mean, look at that. Tinda Airport equals airplane crash, and Tinda, Russia equals plane crash. And then plane crash is also 56 on a day with 56 date numerology. And there's 48 on the plane. Plane 48. Russia 48. The name of the airlines, Angara 24, Russia 24, plane 24 on the 24th day of the month. And then airplane 76, Russian plane 76 on a day with 76 date numerology, 76 days from Putin's birthday, the leader of Russia. How about that? And one more thing here. Sorry guys for the getting sidetracked. Hope you guys are still hanging out. Looks like we haven't dropped in numbers. We got 129 watching and 121 thumbs up. That's excellent. You guys are great. Okay. All right, I think we're ready to get back. let me go back to the 76 slide with Trump. That was the first slide with Trump. And that's the whole reason we got to the plane crash, because Bones was bringing up the plane and the number 76 had to cover it. Okay, so let me show you how this connects to Donald Trump. Today, Trump pays tribute to great friend Hulk Hogan. There they are together. And today has date numerology of 76. Right? Donald John Trump, 76. Skull and Bones, 76. So Hulk Hogan, HH, 88, right? Trump equals 88. Remember, H is the 8th letter, right? So HH for Hulk Hogan, that's 88 like Trump. And don't forget, the Pope just died at the age of 88 also. Now, for the big list of 88s, and sorry if this is a little bit fuzzy, I've had to save and re-upload it so many times. How big is that number 88 with Trump? Well, you remember the Snoop Dogg video Lavender where Snoop Dogg's pointing the gun at Trump? Trump was allegedly hit in the ear in Butler 88 months after that Snoop Dogg video, and Trump equals 88. The would-be assassin, Thomas Crooks, his birthday 9/20/03. That's the 8,888th prime number. We have the movie Donnie Darko. That movie is set in the year 88, and the numbers on Donnie's arm add up to 88. And the guy who plays Donald J. Darko is Jacob Benjamin Gyllenhaal, which equals 88. And in that movie, Frank the Rabbit gets shot. The guy who plays Frank the Rabbit was born 88 days from Trump's birthday. Wow. And Frank equals Donald in 3 ciphers. And Rabbit equals Trump. And you remember I Pet Goat 2, where the rabbit has a bullet hole in its ear, just grazing its upper ear? And then that movie, Donnie Darko, takes place in Middlesex, which equals 888, like Mar-a-Lago 888. Donald J. Trump, 888. Of course, Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Hulk Hogan just died in Florida. There's another connection. COVID declared a pandemic 888 days after Trump's famous calm before the storm statement. He wrote The Art of the Deal, 888, Beast System, 888. Back to the Future, Biff represents Trump. They got to reach 88 miles per hour. The raid on Mar-a-Lago was August 8th, 88. Trump's number to text, 88022. And you remember when they just put up 2 88-foot tall flagpoles at the White House while Trump was talking about $88 billion in tariffs? You can't even see it, can you? It's so fuzzy. But anyways, you can take my word for it, or you can look it up. When the 88-foot tall flagpoles were going up, Trump was talking about $88 billion in tariffs. Here, let's see if we can pull up an article. 88 billion tariffs, Trump. There you go. You can see Trump says U.S. has collected $88 billion in tariffs. It's no secret. 1 second of research, you can see Trump brought up $88 billion in tariffs. But anyways, while the 88-foot tall flagpoles were going up, he brought up $88 billion in tariffs. So why are we talking about the 88? Because Hulk Hogan, HH88. Right? Now, how old is Donald Trump right now? 79. The full name of Hulk Hogan, Terry Jean Bollea, equals 79, as Trump is 79 years old. And murder is also 79. And Hulk Hogan was with Trump at the Republican National Convention on July 18th. That was 53 weeks ago. Wrestling equals 53. And here's a late addition. Oh, and I forgot a 38. Here, I'll get to the 38 again. The Republican National Convention was in Milwaukee. Look, Milwaukee is 53, and the same cipher as wrestling, 53, and it was 53 weeks ago in Milwaukee. How about that? And remember, Hulk Hogan had that 38, like death, murder, killing? I got this from Ball Don't Lie. Shout out to him. There was a movie called Hulk, came out June 17th. Today's 38 days from June 17th. Hulk Hogan equals 38. Death, murder, killing. So another 38. Remember the last Royal Rumble was the 38th. Here, I got to set this down again. I got to look something up again. Try not to miss anything, but I know I will. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to see what Republican National Convention equals. It does have the 159, like Donald Trump 159. And I am making the connection right now to Donald Trump, so I guess I can mention that. It's not a huge deal. But that is my connection I'm making. So let me show you that. Republican National Convention has the 159 like Donald Trump. Actually, I'll just pull up the indictments with Trump in the 159. That'll be more shocking. Hold on. And we haven't even gotten to perhaps the biggest point of the whole decode, so make sure you stick around. Yep, I got the 18, like Hogan is 18. Let me just show you something crazy on the 159. Did someone have something good in the chat? I see people saying, wow. Let me know. All right, so he was at the Republican National Convention, which has that 159, right? Republican National Convention 159. See how Donald Trump equals 159? Well, there was an indictment of Donald Trump on June 8th. That was the 159th day of the year. Donald Trump, 159, indictment 159. There was another indictment for Donald Trump. August 1st. Trump indicted on charges out of special counsel probe in a January 6th. So he got indicted for the insurrection 159 days from the anniversary of the insurrection. Donald Trump 159, indictment 159, insurrection 159. How about that? And back to the indictment on the 159th day of the year. That was June 8th, 6-8. Donald J. Trump 68, Donald John Trump 68. This is for the classified documents at Mar-a-Lago, which equals 68, and indicted equals 68. And June 8th was the day leaving 206 days left in the year. Donald Trump indicted 206. Trump indictment 206. Just in case you think it's a coincidence. Then remember when Trump was indicted for the hush money 206 days before Alvin Bragg's birthday? Donald Trump indicted in Trump indictment 206. On the 89th day of the year when Donald Trump indicted is 89 and Trump indictment 89. All right, that's enough. You get the point. I just wanted to show you that 159. Donald Trump is 159. Huge number with him. Like Republican National Convention, 159. So anyways, that was 53 weeks ago. Wrestling 53, and it was in Milwaukee. See how it took place in Milwaukee? Milwaukee's 53 in the same cipher. I keep missing the good comment. If you guys want to just go ahead and spam the chat so I see it. If there's something big that I'm missing, let me know. So that Republican National Convention was 372 days ago. World Championship Wrestling is 370. Unbelievable, man. Are we back?
Yep, you're back. Yay. Yep.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. I'm very frustrated right now. It wasn't the power that went out. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Unbelievable, man. Man. I hear you guys. I know, I guess the stream's fine. I'm not fine. I just lost it. Give me a second, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. I said a bad word. I think you guys heard it. I said I was live for an effing hour. I didn't know you guys could hear me because I was obviously not on the screen. Yeah, I had a feeling they were going to mess with this stream, but hopefully some people will come back in here. Yeah, you heard me. I'm human. Well, let's finish up, huh? Let's finish up. I'd hate to restart now. Oh man, it's so frustrating. I have no idea why that happened, guys. My whole screen went black. Because I got the screen in front of me. I saw what you saw. The whole thing went gone. And it wasn't the storm. There was no power issue. It was just the, I don't know, man. Anyways, let's keep going. So I don't know where we cut off at, but he's dead 53 weeks after being at the Republican National Convention, wrestling 53, and the convention was in Milwaukee, which equals 53. And it was 372 days ago, World Championship Wrestling 372. And I think you missed my whole connection to the 159. Republican National Convention 159. Like Donald Trump 159, who had an indictment on the 159th day of the year when indictment is 159. And he had another indictment for the insurrection, 159 days from the anniversary of the insurrection. Donald Trump 159, indictment 159, insurrection 159. And that was on June 8th, 6/8, Donald J. Trump 68, Donald John Trump 68. That was for the classified documents at Mar-a-Lago 68, like indicted 68. And that was on the day leaving 206 days left in the year. Donald Trump indicted 206, Trump indictment 206. And yeah, thanks, Hector. Hector said I'd also be pretty upset. Yeah. It's not the first time it's happened either. It's really frustrating, man. I was saying it yesterday. I've been saying it for several days, how Satan is literally just messing with my streams. Every single day, it's either a sound issue or buffering. And now today, the whole screen went black for like over 5 minutes. Unbelievable. And then we lost half the audience. We had like 120 in here. We lost about 40 people. But anyways, that indictment, 206 days left in the year. Donald Trump indicted 206, Trump indictment 206. And then we had the hush money indictment 206 days before Alvin Bragg's birthday. Donald Trump indicted 206, Trump indictment 206. On the 89th day of the year, Donald Trump indicted 89, Trump indictment 89. You guys heard me? Yeah, I'm sorry. I was frustrated and I said a cuss word. I said I went live for an effing hour. That's what I said. I didn't know anyone could hear me. And you know what's crazy? That's right when it came back on, of course. Yeah, Brenda, I talked about Starlink earlier. I'll cover it again. But anyways, guys, moving on here. I think you missed all this. His first match, August 10th, 77. That was 47 years ago. I freaking hate Satan, man. I'm so tired of Satan in this world. I just want to, I want to crush him. He's got me frustrated, man. 47 years ago was his first match. All right, Trump, 47. Trump is number 47. Hulk Hogan's last name, Balea, 47. President, 47. And he's dead 185 days after Trump took office. Donald John Trump, 185. 46 weeks before Trump's birthday. Wrestling 46, sacrifice 46. Trump pays tribute to Great Friend. Great Friend 62, Hulkamania 62, Sacrifice 62. Great Friend 107, Ritual Sacrifice 107. He said, "We lost a great friend today, the Hulkster," the president said in a statement on Truth Social. Hulkster has that 48, like Donald Trump 48, homicide and Freemason 48. God forgive me for my bad word. I do repent of that, and hopefully you guys can forgive me. But yeah, we're all human. We all say cuss word. I mean, could you imagine putting this stream together for over 6 hours, all these slides, and then going live for an hour and then cutting your stream? I didn't think it was going to come back. Thank God it did. But yeah, I didn't think it was going to come back. That's why I kind of lost it. Yeah, I'm so frazzled now. Let me take a sip of water. All right, so the RNC wasn't the last time that they were together. The RNC was when? Let's go back. All right, here, I got it in another tab. So tired of them messing with my streams, man. If you're new here, I'm on channel number 14. That's how many times I've had to restart. I had 15,000 subs, I got deleted. Got back up to 18,000, got deleted. Now I'm still in the rebuilding process. And yeah, channel number 14. I've been through a lot with YouTube, man. I'm sick of them. I don't know, I could be the most censored guy on the internet, come to think of it. It don't matter, but I'll wear it like a badge of honor. Yeah, the RNC was July 18th. They were also together October 27th, 2024, in Madison Square Garden. That was 38 weeks ago. Like Hulk Hogan 38, Murder 38, Florida 38, Killing 38, Death 38. And see how it says they were together in Madison Square Garden? That also has the 88. Like Trump 88, Hulk Hogan, HH 88. And look, Madison Square Garden is also 205. And today's the 205th day of the year. Like Hogan Knows Best was also 205. Right, Bonnie? I got to put $1 in a swear jar. Probably got to put a whole 20 for that. Man. Anyways, just got to move on, I guess, man. Other big connection to Trump. His first match was on August 10th. That was the 222nd day of the year. Day number 222, guys. And Trump equals 222. Trump won the election 222 days before his birthday. Trump 222, Donald John Trump Sr. 222, Trump Organization 222. What if I told you there was a 222-page lawsuit where Trump took the stand 222 days before his birthday? How about that? Look at that, November 6th. Took the stand 222 days before his birthday. Trump Organization 222, Donald John Trump Sr. 222. 222 pages, Trump 222. How about when Trump's sister died 222 days from her birthday? How about when Ivana died 222 days from her birthday? And Ivana is 222. Or how about the first U.S. case of COVID that was 222 days from Trump's birthday? They called it Wuhan coronavirus 222, like Event 201, World Economic Forum, the Beast of Revelation, Antichrist System. They're all 222, like mandatory vaccination, COVID vaccines, vaccine cards, as above, so below, order out of chaos. They're all 222. Or how about when COVID was declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11? It's this kind of information why I'm on channel number 14 and why they take my stream down for 5 minutes. Thank God it came back, man. Although now what I said is going to be on this video. Oh well, the real ones will still share it. Hopefully you guys won't be afraid to share this video because I said a bad word. But anyways, how about when COVID was declared a national emergency 222 days from Obama's birthday, when the Antichrist Barack Obama is 222? And if you think that's a coincidence, it was 2022 when Obama tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday. Now, for perhaps one of the biggest parts of the whole decode, and it's a shame that people dropped out. Hopefully they'll watch this on the replay. You know what happened exactly 10 years ago today? Hulk Hogan was fired by the WWE 10 years ago today. WWE fires Hulk Hogan over racist remarks July 24th, 2015. 10 years ago. Don't forget, Satan equals 10. Hulk Hogan speaks out following news of past racial slurs. Yep. That was in the news July 24th, 2015. And today is July 24th. How about that? Imagine that. The WWE fired Hulk Hogan 10 years ago today, July 24th. Can you believe that? Hey, KJ Malone, good to see you. Hulk Hogan dead, 666. And back to the superfan who died just a few days ago, whose name equaled 71, like Hulk Hogan's dead at 71. He went by, his real name was Eric Service, which is 71, like Hulk Hogan's age. And he went by the nickname Roddy Hogan, which equals 666. Now, speaking of 666, this right here is some of the most mind-blowing information I've ever seen. And I can't take credit for all this. Thank you to Decoding with Cody. Someone in his comments who's also on this channel named Back Once Again. And then this morning, I woke up to a comment. What was his name? Bot Tom? I know I'm butchering your name. But somebody left me this comment this morning. All right. So, what cipher is that, Blaze? That's a good one. Anyways, check this out, guys. Let's start from the top. If there was any reason to like and share this video, this is it right here. Ozzy died 232 days after his birthday. Ozzy equals 232. Satan equals 232. The Church of Satan was founded April 30th. Ozzy died 2 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days from the anniversary of the Church of Satan. 2 months, 3 weeks, 2 days. That's 232. Satan, 232. Ozzy, 232. Ozzy died 232 days after his birthday. So that's a big connection to Satan, right? Well, the Osbournes had a podcast. The title of this particular podcast is Satan, Bilderberg Group, and the Illuminati Invite Only. That was episode number 203, the episode about Satan. Well, Ozzy died on day number 203 of the year. Okay, and satanic ritual equals 203. Now, if that doesn't blow your mind, that the episode about Satan was number 203 and he died on the 203rd day of the year and satanic ritual is 203. That episode, the Satan podcast, it was on September 26, 2023. Ozzy died 666 days after the Satan podcast. Can you believe that? Go ahead and tell me that's a coincidence. Ozzy died 666 days after the Osborne Satan podcast. Podcast equals 666. Rockstar equals 666. And then I got this in my comments when I woke up this morning. Black Sabbath's first single was Evil Woman. It was released on January 9th, 1970. Ozzy died 666 months after their first single. I mean, this information should be viral. And, you know, YouTube's not going to do me any favors. But come on now. Ozzy died 666 months after Black Sabbath's first single, and he died 666 days after the Osborne Satan podcast? Come on now. That is so insane. It's insane. And that, again, the Satan episode was episode 203. He died on day number 203 of the year in a clear satanic ritual, which equals 203. Satan, 232. Ozzy, 232. Dead 232 days from his birthday. 2 months, 3 weeks, 2 days from the anniversary of the Church of Satan when Satan's 232. I mean, if that doesn't do it for you, I don't know what will. I mean, is that not like the most obvious stuff you've ever seen? And for the record, I put out a short video covering all this earlier today. So, you know, if you don't want to share this video with my bad language, you could share the short video. But anyways, back to Hulk Hogan. One more thing here. It says, this is what he was saying at the RNC. It said, what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero and they tried to kill the next president of the United States? Enough was enough. You remember that? You remember when Hulk Hogan was at the RNC? He said enough was enough. Well, that's a perfect match to order out of chaos in 3 out of the 4, including the big 222. And remember, his first match was on day number 222 of the year. And not quite the same. Enough was enough. You remember the Illuminati card game? The card Enough is Enough, with a very similar picture to Donald Trump's face. Almost looks like the whizzing bullet there. But it says here, at any time, any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. How about that? But he didn't want to be too obvious, right? And say enough is enough. He said enough was enough, which has that 222. Big number with Trump. And here you can see it a little bit better. Doesn't that look like Donald Trump? At any time, any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. That's it, folks. If anybody would like to support the channel, here's how you can do so. Any support, very much appreciated. This is my full-time job. I'm not monetized by YouTube, so thank you to everyone who does support. Very much appreciated. And I'm going to go ahead. I don't know if I'm going to go through every single slide again, but I'm going to go through this again as quick as possible. Try to end this on a good note. My stream's a little bit behind. All right, I'm caught up. All right, guys. Here we go. And keep hitting that like and the share. Very much appreciated. I know a lot of you guys came in late, so we'll start from the beginning. You ready? Professional wrestler Hulk Hogan dead at the age of 71. And I'm probably not going to recap the plane crash in Russia, but we did cover that also today. If you want to go back after the stream and rewatch it, we covered the plane crash in Russia for the record. Professional wrestler Hulk Hogan dead at the age of 71. All right, first connection we made, the 201. The last 3 celebrities to die, Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, Malcolm Jamal Warner. 71, 76, 54. You add up their ages, you get 201. Hulk Hogan had a restaurant called Hogan's Hangout, 201. They say he was 201 centimeters tall. The Jesuit Order, 201. Ignatius of Loyola, 201. That's the founder of the Jesuit Order. And Hulk Hogan's first wrestling match, August 10th, 77, the United States was 201 years old. And they just had the most recent Royal Rumble in Indianapolis, which equals 201. And remember, his real name, Terry Bollea, equals Royal Rumble. But anyways, we've been talking about this 201 number in a big way. Can you believe that? On top of everything, on top of the, the fact that Hulk Hogan was literally fired by the WWE on this date 10 years ago. And the thing I just showed you with Ozzy. And I got to keep an eye on my battery. I might have to shut off the fan and pull the charger over here. We're on 26%. But can you believe the ages of the last three big stars that died? The big three, 71, 76, 54, they all equal 201. And how crazy when I've been connecting all of this to the number 201. We just had Ozzy Osbourne dead. Ozzy Osbourne equals 201. The first Jesuit Pope who just died. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 201, who lived in Suite 201 at the Domus Sancti Marte, which equals 201. Catholic Pope, 201. The Georgia Guidestones went down 201 days from the Pope's birthday. And Pope Francis died 201 days from the death anniversary of St. Francis of Assisi. And then remember when Ozzy tested positive for COVID, it was announced by Sharon 201 days from her birthday. And Ozzy and Sharon were born 201 weeks apart. And COVID connected to the bat, and he bit the head off a bat on 20/1, like Event 201, the pandemic simulation. Then they had another simulation called Preparing for Disease X, which was exactly 201 weeks after COVID was declared a pandemic. It was also 201 days from Obama's birthday. That Old Serpent, 201, the son of perdition, Barack Hussein Obama, 201. William Henry Gates, 201, and then another 201 with Ozzy. Ronnie James Dio, his connection to Black Sabbath lies in his role as the band's vocalist replacing Ozzy Osbourne. He died 201 days from Ozzy's birthday. And we're still not done with the 201s. Remember, we just had Malcolm Jamal Warner from The Cosby Show. He died on the 201st day of the year. There were 201 original episodes of The Cosby Show. And he's from Jersey City, New Jersey, where they have the 201 area code. And he's dead at 54. The Cosby Show, 54. Like Bill Cosby equals 54. Jesuit Order, 54. Hulk Hogan was part of New World Order, which is 177 and 69, like the Jesuit Order, 177, 69. We had Ozzy die, Prince of Darkness, 177, the Jesuit Order, 177. The founder of the Jesuits, Ignatius of Loyola, his birthday October 23rd. He's dead 91 days from Ignatius of Loyola's birthday. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, 91. Hulkamania, 91. The Society of Jesus, 91. That's the Jesuits. Dead from cardiac arrest, 231, like Ignatius of Loyola, 231. Remember, Ozzy died 231 days from his birthday, not including the end date, like Ignatius of Loyola, 231. Singer, 231. Hulk Hogan dead at 71. He had several different names. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, 71. He also went by Sterling Golden, 71, and Terry Boulder, 71. Vincent McMahon equals 71. The Society of Jesus, 71. That's the Jesuits. And Catholic is 71. And the Hulk Hogan superfan died this week, July 21st. His name was Eric Service, which equals 71. And speaking of the Jesuits, if you go back 666 days from today, you land on September 27th, the founding day of the Jesuits. Hogan kickstarted a pop culture phenomenon with Hulkamania after defeating the Iron Sheik in the World Heavyweight Championship in 84, Jesuit 84, the Jesuit Order 84. Hulkamania 62, the Jesuit 62, Sacrifice 62. 187 days from the anniversary of his last match, Society of Jesus 187, that's the homicide code. Terry Jean Bollea 79, Society of Jesus 79, that's the Jesuits. Murder 79, and Vince McMahon is 79 years old. On a day with 56 date numerology, his show Hogan Knows Best 56, Society of Jesus 56, Hulk 56, Pope 56. Dead 52 days before the Pope's birthday, Terry Bollea, 52, NWO 52, Pope 52, WWF 52, including the end date, 53 days from the Pope's birthday, Wrestling 53. 7 weeks and 4 days before the Pope's birthday, Terry Jean Bollea 74, Killing 74. Wrestling 46, Sacrifice 46, Catholic 46, Dead at 71. Remember, Catholic is also 71. He had the show called Hogan Knows Best, which equals 205, dead on day number 205 of the year. And somebody was asking about the Starlink outage today. Here you go. Starlink outage 205 on the 205th day of the year. You know, this wasn't the first time they had my screen go black like that. I gave up last time after about 5 minutes. Maybe if it happens in the future, I should just wait it out. I don't know, man. It makes it very frustrating because you never know what you're going to encounter. Like, at any point in time, and I told my wife today, I said, I have a feeling I'm going to have a problem with the stream today. You know? It's like anytime I try to go live, I was literally going on and on about it yesterday. I said, I called it a dog fight. I said, anytime I try to go live, it's going to be a struggle, man. I don't know what else to do about it. And it's not me. Again, I have a brand new device I'm live on, got a brand new modem, brand new router, and I paid to have them moved right behind me. They're 5 feet behind me, you know. Anyways, he's dead 20 years after the first episode of Hogan Knows Best, and he's dead 20 years after being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Death 20, Hulk 20, Bollea 20. And he's dead 17 years after Hogan Knows Best ended, and he's dead 17 days from his birthday. Kill 17, Mason 17. Remember, Ozzy died 17 days after his last show. Hulk Hogan dead in Clearwater, Florida, down the road from me. Hulk Hogan 43, Clearwater 43, Florida 43, Killing 43, Masonic 43, Freemasons 43. There were 43 episodes of Hogan Knows Best. He was in Rocky 3 43 years ago, and he's dead 4 weeks and 3 days from Vince McMahon's birthday. It just sucks, man, because, like, even though there was good information, it's like there's going to be a damper on, you know, for me, my day is ruined because of this. It's just, all I wanted to do was have a nice, smooth stream, get out some good information, and of course, that had to happen, man. So, I'm going to continue on, but I'm just so frustrated, man. I'm sick of it, dude. Satan is literally trying to get me to quit doing this. He's trying to say, you know what, Joe, why don't you just give up this this YouTube stuff? You just go get a regular, you know, get a regular career. And I don't want to give up, man. It's just I'm so tired of these issues, man. Anyways, he's dead 14 days from the anniversary of Hogan Knows Best. Dead 14. WCW is also 14. Dead 90 days from the anniversary of the last episode. Hogan equals 90. Not including the end date, he's dead 18 days from his birthday, and including the end date, he's dead 18 days from the anniversary of his first match. Hogan equals 18, and he was baptized 18 months ago. And 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18. Thank you, Dave. Dave, I appreciate it very much. And thank you to everyone else who supports. You guys are awesome. Dave said he just hit up my PayPal for $22.22. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Hey, Watchman Adam. Yeah. Are you talking about when it went black for like 5 minutes? Hopefully that was the only issue. Were there any more issues, or was I buffering more or chopping in and out? I wouldn't be surprised. It's just so discouraging, man. Every single stream. I don't know what else to do. So WrestleMania was 96 days ago. Wrestler 96, Cardiac Arrest 96, Freemason 96. The winner of WrestleMania was John Cena, which has the 146 and the 38, like Hulk Hogan, 146 and 38. I mean, at the end of the day, we're still here streaming, so I guess it could be worse. Including the end date, dead 97 days after WrestleMania. Hulk Hogan equals 97, death 97. He made his WWF debut on November 17th, at 116 days from that anniversary, Wrestling 116. The NWO, which he was a part of, was formed 29 years ago. NWO 29. So the last Royal Rumble was Royal Rumble number 38. Hulk Hogan 38, Murder 38, Killing 38, Death 38, Florida 38. Remember the Murder by Numbers movie poster? The E is changed to a 3, the B is changed to an 8. And then shout out to Ball Don't Lie. He pointed out that the Hulk movie came out June 17th. He's dead 38 days from the anniversary of the Hulk movie. Hulk Hogan, right? And he's dead 174 days after the Royal Rumble. New World Order 174. That's the group he was a part of. He was in a tag team with Randy Savage, who also died in Florida. He's dead 170 months after Randy Savage. Sacrifice 170, Florida 170. Dead 251 days from the birthday of Randy Savage. Ritual Sacrifice 251. Dead 65 days from the death anniversary of Randy Savage. They were the Mega Power 65. Both died in Florida 65. And he's dead 3 months and 22 days from the anniversary of him being inducted into the Hall of Fame, 322 Skull and Bones. And also dead 3 months and 22 days from Randy Savage birthday. And then we talked about the 322 with Ozzy. John Michael Ozzy Osbourne, 322, died 32 weeks and 2 days from the anniversary of the Osbournes. And the Prince of Darkness came out on 322, and Crazy Train was recorded on 322, and Mr. Crowley was recorded on 322. And he died 123 days after 322, and Ozzy Osbourne equals 123, born on 12/3. And 322 is the number of Skull and Bones. And in Gematria, Skull and Bones equals 76, and he's dead at 76, like he was surrounded by love. 76, heavy metal singer 76, and Ozzy Osbourne death 76. And remember, the Georgia Guidestones went down on 7/6. They opened on 322. They were built under the alias RC Christian 76. George W. Bush, member of Skull and Bones, turned 76 years old the day the Guidestones went down. And he's dead on a day with 76 date numerology, like Donald John Trump and Skull and Bones. Here they are together. Trump pays tribute to great friend Hulk Hogan. Did I have any other issues besides the stream going down for over 5 minutes? Was there any other buffering or sound issues? Let me know, guys. Just curious. Hulk Hogan, HH, like 88, like Trump equals 88. And we went through all the 88 connections with Trump. Like he was shot in Butler 88 months after the Snoop Dogg video Lavender, where he's pointing the gun at Trump. The would-be assassin Thomas Crooks has the birthday 9/20/03. That's the 8,888th prime number. Donnie Darko set in the year 88. The numbers on Donnie's arm add up to 88. Jacob Benjamin Gyllenhaal equals 88. He plays Donald J. Darko. And Frank the Rabbit gets shot. The guy who plays Frank the Rabbit was born 88 days from Trump's birthday. Frank equals Donald in 3 ciphers, and Rabbit equals Trump in 2 ciphers. And the Rabbit in I Pet Goat 2 has a bullet hole in its ear. That movie takes place in Middlesex, which is 888, like Mar-a-Lago, like Donald J. Trump, 888. COVID declared a pandemic 888 days after the calm before the storm statement made by Trump. The art of the deal, 888. Back to the Future, they got to reach 88 miles per hour. Biff represents Trump. The raid on Mar-a-Lago, August 8th, 88. Trump's number to text, 88022. And they had the 88-foot-tall flagpoles go up while Trump was talking about $88 billion in tariffs. Trump is 79 years old right now. Terry Jean Bollea, 79. That's his full name. of Hulk Hogan, Murder 79. He was at the RNC 53 weeks ago, Wrestling 53, and it was held in Milwaukee, which equals 53. And remember, Republican National Convention was 159, like Donald Trump equals 159, who was indicted on the 159th day of the year when indictment is 159. And then there was another indictment for the insurrection 159 days before the anniversary of January 6th. The insurrection, when insurrection, indictment, and Donald Trump, they're all 159. And that indictment was on June 8th, 6-8, indicted 68 for the documents at Mar-a-Lago, which is 68, and Donald J. Trump is 68, and Donald John Trump is 68. And that was the day leaving 206 days left in the year when Donald Trump indicted, 206, Trump indictment 206. Then the indictment for the hush money was 206 days from Alvin Bragg's birthday. Donald Trump indicted 206, Trump indictment 206. And Donald Trump indicted 89, Trump indictment 89. That was on the 89th day of the year. And don't forget when Special Counsel Jack Smith, he dropped the election subversion and classified documents case against Trump 201 days before Trump's birthday, when Jack Smith's real name is John Lumen Smith 201, like classified documents 201. That's the number we started talking about at the beginning of the show. Remember when Trump was shot 48 weeks before his birthday? When Trump shot 48, Trump rally 48, Donald Trump 48. He was shot on the 195th day of the year. The one victim, Corey Comparator, 195. Trump shooting 195. Then we had this guy, Ronald Lee Sivrud, 195, make threats against Trump. Or how about the fact that Donald Trump is a perfect match to indictment in 3 ciphers? You know, what are the odds? But anyways, come on now. Oh, what the heck. Here we go. Where's my presentation? What is this? Are you kidding me? I can't win today, man. Where did... That should not happen. Let's see. Hopefully Facebook didn't delete my whole post. Man, I tell you what, man. You see why I'm ready for the grid to go down? Or to go off grid? You know? Part of me is just ready to just sell everything, go off grid, and do 1 video a week. But that's not likely to happen. Well, at least the post isn't deleted. I don't know why it wouldn't come up there. We were on the RNC connection. I'm going to have to probably shut off the fan and pull the cord closer. I'm about to die here. 17%. I'm tired of technology, man. Oh my goodness. We still got so much. So yeah, he was at the RNC 53 weeks ago, Wrestling 53. It was in Milwaukee, 53 in the same cipher. That was 372 days ago. World Championship Wrestling 372. His first wrestling match was 47. His first professional wrestling match was 47 years ago. Trump 47. Trump equals 47. Trump is number 47. Hulk Hogan's real last name, Balea 47. President 47. He's dead 185 days after Trump took office. Donald John Trump 185. 46 weeks before Trump's birthday. Wrestling and Sacrifice 46. Trump called him a great friend, 62, like Hulkamanian Sacrifice, 62. Great friend, 107, Ritual Sacrifice, 107. Hulkster 48, Donald Trump 48, Freemason and Homicide 48. And remember, the last Royal Rumble was number 38, but they were also together most recently at a Trump rally in Madison Square Garden, October 27th. That was 38 weeks ago. Hulk Hogan 38, Murder, Florida, Killing, Death, they're all 38. Remember, the Hulk movie anniversary was 38 days ago. And they were together in Madison Square Garden, which has the 88, like Trump 88, like HH, Hulk Hogan. Madison Square Garden, 205, dead on the 205th day of the year, like Hogan knows best, 205. And his first match was on day number 222 of the year, Trump 222. Trump won the election 222 days from his birthday. There was a 222-page lawsuit against the Trump Organization 222 where Trump took the stand 222 days from his birthday. And then Trump's sister died 222 days from her birthday. Ivana died 222 days from her birthday. Ivana 222. Then the first U.S. case of COVID was 222 days from Trump's birthday. They called it Wuhan coronavirus 222. Declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11. Declared a national emergency 222 days from Obama's birthday, and Obama tested positive 222 days from his birthday. The Antichrist, Barack Obama 222, the Beast of Revelation, Antichrist system, they're all 222. Beast is also 222. And check this out. 10 years ago today, July 24th, WWE fires Hulk Hogan over racist remarks. That was exactly 10 years ago today. Can you believe that? Hulk Hogan dead, 666, and the superfan who just died this week. It was the Hulk Hogan superfan, died July 21st. He went by the name Roddy Hogan, 666, and his real name was Eric Service, which equaled 71. Now Hulk Hogan's dead at 71. And this right here is, you know, probably the biggest piece of information in the last, I don't know, couple months. I mean, this is undeniable. Where do we start? Ozzy died 232 days after his birthday. Ozzy 232, Satan 232. He's dead 2 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days from the anniversary of the Church of Satan. 232, like Satan and Ozzy. 232, Ozzy dead 232 days from his birthday. There was an Osborne's podcast titled Satan Bilderberg Group and the Illuminati Invite Only. That was on the 203rd day of the year. The episode was called number 203. Satan Bilderberg Group and the Illuminati Invite Only. That was episode 203. Ozzy died on day number 203 of the year. And then Satanic Ritual was 203. And then this part down here should really blow your mind. That same episode about Satan, that was episode 203 when he died on day 203 of the year in Satanic Ritual 203. He died 666 days after the Satan podcast. Podcast 666, Rockstar 666. And he died 666 months after Black Sabbath's first single, released January 9th, 1970. Can you believe that? Take a screenshot of that. Send it to everyone you can. And then remember at the RNC, Hulk Hogan said, what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero and they tried to kill the next president of the United States? Enough was enough. Like the Illuminati card, enough is enough, which looks a lot like Trump that says at any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. And enough was enough. Perfect match to order out of chaos, including that 222, like Trump 222. And remember, Hulk Hogan's first match was on day 222 of the year. All right, guys, if anyone wants to help out, there it is. Let me see. I think I got everything up here. Yeah, if you go back earlier, before the stream went down for 5 minutes, we covered the Russian plane crash also. So if you want to hear about the Russian plane crash, go back. All right, let me turn this around for now. We might talk about a few more things. Let me check in with the chat. Hey guys. I'm at 13%. Yeah, that's tomorrow, right, Maggie? But he died today on the 24th, so. Does anybody have anything in the chat that I missed? Let me know. If you got anything big, drop it in there. Yeah, I saw that earlier, Maggie. Thank you. And again, sorry I got animated. I obviously I didn't know the stream was back. I thought it was toast. If you're coming in late, they took down my stream for like 5 minutes. Whole screen went black. Couldn't get back in, and I was in the background saying some not nice words. What did I say? I said I was live for an effing hour. That's what I said. Again, please forgive me. I'm human, and God forgive me. But yeah, sorry about that. I've been working on this all day, and you guys know I haven't had a break all week. It was Malcolm Jamal Warner, and then Ozzy, and then this, and then if you guys missed the stream last night, I was in tears talking about my dad. He passed away a year ago, and I've had some trolls and haters come at me in the last couple days, so it's been an emotional week for me. I thought I was going to get a little bit of a breather today, but nope. So yeah, I'm sorry for losing my temper there. Let me look something up. I'm going to start closing some of these tabs here. Just want to look something up real quick. So people were mentioning Anne Burrell in the news today. They talked about her cause of death, suicide, including the end date. Today is 38 days after her death. Death, murder, killing, 38. I got the full decode for you here, but I just want to look up a few things on Anne Burrell. Real quick. But yeah, I told you guys that was a ritual. And now her cause of death in the news. 38 days. We've been talking about the 38 all week. Just doing a little decoding on the fly here. I'm looking into Anne Burrell. But yeah, that's the key point. The the 38 days. Today is 8 weeks and 3 days from her birthday. 83, like murder 83. I'll show you all this once I get it ready. So you got the 38 and the 83. And then I'll show you the whole decode. All right, so we get her cause of death today, 8 weeks and 3 days from her birthday, 83 like murder, and 38 days after she died. Death, murder, killing, 38. That's what I see. Yeah, born September 21st. Eight weeks and 3 days from today. All right, I'm going to go ahead and unplug my fan, and I'm going to plug in my computer so it doesn't die. Hold on. The sun's down. You think I'm on mute? Can you guys not hear me? Steph said, I think you're on mute. Can you hear me, guys? Let me know. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I can't deal with any more, man. I can't take it. We can hear you. All right. Hopefully I don't start sweating too bad here. Doesn't it sound nice without the background fan? But like I always say, it's too hot in Florida to not have the fan going. But wow, it's 10 o'clock at night. That's crazy. At 10 o'clock at night after a rainstorm, it's not too bad. All right, so in the news today, Anne Burrell's cause of death ruled a suicide, right? And today is 8 weeks and 3 days before her birthday, September 21st. See, September 21st, her birthday. So there's your 83, 8 weeks and 3 days. Show you how murder is 38 and 83. Because this news comes 38 days after she died. How perfect, the 83-38 combo. Remember the murder by numbers movie poster. See the murder by numbers? How the E is changed to a 3 and the B is changed to an 8 because murder is 38 and 83. So she died on June 17th, right? 38 days ago. How about that? 38 days ago she died, and it's 8 weeks and 3 days before her birthday. What a perfect day for this to be in the news. And remember, let me go back. Whoops. Where is it? Oh my goodness. Where did I have it? It's been a long day. Sound is fine? All right, good. Okay, so it's this tab right here. Let me not forget that. Actually, I can close like most of these. Okay, let's start from the top. So her death is in the news, or her cause of death is in the news today. Anne Burrell's cause of death ruled suicide. Okay, she died June 17th. So today is 38 days after she died. Right? Murder equals 38. Death equals 38. Killing equals 38. Murder by numbers movie poster. The E changed to a 3. The B is changed to an 8. Because 38. And then her birthday is September 21st. So this is in the news 8 weeks and 3 days from her birthday for your 83. Murder equals 83. And don't forget, murder by numbers movie poster, B changed to an 8, E to a 3 because murder is 83-38. Now, when did the song Murder by Numbers come out? It came out in 83. So there's your 38-83 connection. Now let's go to the original decode I did. Food Network chef Anne Burrell dead at 55. Dead on the 168th day of the year when Food Network chef is 168. Food Network host, dead on the day leaving 197 days left in the year. Food Network host, 197. Food Network founded November 23rd. She died 206 days from the anniversary of Food Network. Sacrifice, 206. Food Network host, 73. Ritual sacrifice, 73. Sacrifice, 73. Ann Burrell, 67. American Chef, 67. Celebrity Chef, 67. Blood Sacrifice and Human Sacrifice, 67. And then Celebrity Chef is also 121, like Blood Sacrifice. She's the host, which is 62 and 46, like Sacrifice, 62, 46. American Chef, 86. Chef, 86. Ann, 86. Human Sacrifice and Blood Sacrifice, 86. To 86, someone means to get rid of them. Her death was in the news 97 days before her birthday. Death, 97. Right? Yep, she died June 17th. Her birthday, September 21st. 97 days before her birthday. Death, 97. We talked about that number with Hulk Hogan. Oh, look, there's a 38. Look at that, guys. She died 38 weeks after her birthday. What number did we just talk about? Can you guys still hear me okay? I see numbers dropping, but I think people are ready to wrap this up. Remember, today is 38 days after she died. Look at that, guys. She died 38 weeks after her birthday. How's that for a confirmation? I didn't even know that was in the decode. Death, murder, killing, 38. That's a confirmation right there, guys. This video should go viral with all these connections. Her cause of death in the news today, 38 weeks or 38 days after she died, and she died 38 weeks after her birthday. Wow. She died in Brooklyn, New York, 74. June 17th, 74, and 74, killing 74. On the 17th day of the month, host 17, kill 17. Ann 34, Burrell 34, murder 34. Brooklyn, New York 79, murder 79, Society of Jesus 79. Food Network 56, like Society of Jesus 56. And look, the 201. Haven't we talked a lot about 201 lately? So she was the host of Worst Cooks in America. Worst Cooks in America came out January 3rd. She died 201 days from the anniversary of her show. And Food Network star equals 201. Dead 201 days from the anniversary of her show. The Jesuit Order 201. Remember, the last three celebrities, what we started with, right? Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, and Hulk Hogan. You add up their ages, it equals 201. Ozzy Osbourne equaled 201. And Malcolm Jamal Warner dead on the 201st day of the year with 201 original episodes of The Cosby Show and all the other 201s we talked about. Here, let's just go back to the 201s real quick. Oh yeah, that S word does equal 34. What was the 34 we just had? Oh, Burrell. Yeah. That's a good point. Thank you. Yeah, Burrell. Or here, I need a gematinator. Is it Burrell? Look at that, and 2 ciphers. There it is, guys. I'm glad we found that. Look at that, guys. Come on now. If you think this stuff is a coincidence, look at that, guys. Would you look at that? Where's the headline? Look at that. Anne Burrell died by suicide. Burrell equals that word in multiple ciphers. Look at that. Wow. Guys, hit the like and the share. Burrell. There it is. Look at that. Can you believe that? Man, that's on top of all the 83 and the 38s. But anyways, let's go back to the 201. She died 201 days from the anniversary of her show. Worst Cooks in America. 201 days. Food Network star, 201. We started out this whole show. I was saying how the last three big names, Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, and Malcolm Jamal Warner, you add up their ages, it equals 201. Hulk Hogan was 201 centimeters tall. He had a restaurant called Hogan's Hangout 201. He started his wrestling career when America was 201 years old. The last Royal Rumble was in Indianapolis, 201. Ozzy Osbourne, 201. He tested positive for COVID. It was announced by Sharon, 201 days from Sharon's birthday. And Sharon was born 201 weeks after Ozzy was born. Are you kidding me? And COVID connected to the bat. He bit the head off a bat on 20/1, like Event 201. The pandemic simulation, William Henry Gates 201, another pandemic simulation. Exactly 201 weeks after COVID declared a pandemic called Preparing for Disease X. And then Ronnie James Dio, who replaced Ozzy Osbourne, died 201 days from Ozzy's birthday. And on top of that, Malcolm Jamal Warner died on day number 201 of the year. 201 original episodes of The Cosby Show. And he's from Jersey City, New Jersey, where they got the 201 area code. And you're telling me the last three big names that died, all their ages equal 201 after all that we've been talking about? But yep, Anne Burrell died 201 days from the anniversary of her show. Food Network star 201, which is also a perfect match to the Jesuit order in 3 out of the 4. Anne W. Burrell, 145-71, like Catholic. The Jesuits served the Catholic Church. She died in Brooklyn, 112, like Catholicism, 112. The Jesuits operate in 112 nations. Don't forget the, well, there was a big 112 connection with Malcolm Jamal Warner, too. Here. You know I can't help myself. What's the worst that can happen now? They're just going to take my stream down? Here, let me show you the 112 with Malcolm Jamal Warner. Sorry this show's gone so long, but sometimes it takes time. Remember, he died at 54, The Cosby Show 54. Here's the 112. Malcolm Jamal Warner, 112, drowning 112, and he drowned at Playa Cockles 112, like Catholicism, and the Jesuits operate in 112 nations. Malcolm Jamal Warner has the same 3 numbers as Catholicism, including the 112. But anyways, Anne Burrell died in Brooklyn, 112, like Catholicism. Food Network chef, 78. Television host, 78. Died in New York, 78. Jesuit, 78. Chef equals Jesuits. She also had the show Secrets of a Restaurant Chef, 144, like Jesuit order. I forgot how long this decode was. And then her name on her Wikipedia, Anne W. Burrell, 55, dead at 55. Satan 55. And she died in New York, which is 666. But yeah, the key points here. Food Network chef, 168, died on the 168th day of the year. Food Network host 197 died with 197 days left in the year. And then the 201, obviously. Oh, yeah, don't forget the 38. We'll come back to the 38. But yeah, she died 201 days from the anniversary of her show. And she died 38 weeks from her birthday. And now her death is in the news today, 38 days from when she died. Or her cause of death is in the news today, 38 days after she died. Death, murder, killing, 38, right? The 3 and the 8. And then it's 8 weeks and 3 days from her birthday today for your 83. Like Murder is 83. Murder by Numbers song came out in 83. And then the part we just found, Burrell equals 34 and 47, like SUICIDE. 3447. That's her cause of death. So, yeah, another one by the numbers. All right, guys. Anybody have anything that I missed? Let me know. I can't believe it's already 10:20. Whew, long day, man. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I can't believe of all the streams that it would happen on the Hulk Hogan stream. You know, not just a random little, you know, not that any of these stories are really small. I don't really cover stuff unless it's a big story, and there's a lot of big stories. But yeah, anybody have anything that I missed on Hulk Hogan or Ann Burrell or the plane crash or Ozzy Osbourne or Malcolm Jamal Warner? Let me know. If not, we'll wrap it up. But yeah, I'm sure there's probably something big I missed on Hulk Hogan. I'll wind up making a short video. I don't want to recap the whole thing again. I said that with Ozzy and we recapped it again, but yeah. Anything else on Hulk Hogan, I'll probably put it in a short video like I did today with Ozzy. But yeah, let me say hello to everyone. Dave, Bonnie, Maggie, Hector, Steph. Thank you guys for hanging out and sticking around to the end. Elena, Vengeance Rising, Blaze, and everybody who was here earlier. Thank you guys for hanging out. Hey, Aaron, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I think there was definitely some good information. And I'm exhausted. Mentally exhausted. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe it'll be a slow day. Every time I say that, it's not a slow day, but we'll see what happens. All right, guys, do me a favor. There's 73 of you watching. When I get done, if you want to leave a comment after the fact, help the algorithm, very much appreciated. Please share this everywhere you can. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever you got, very much appreciated. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Again, hit that like and the share on the way out. Very much appreciated, guys. Here, let me check one more thing here before we hop off. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate it. Hey, Raymond. Hey, Christine. Thank you, Bonnie. Yeah, even though it's 10 o'clock at night, it still gets warm in here without the fan. But yeah, can you believe the last three celebrities, their ages add up to 201? And can you believe Hulk Hogan got fired from the WWE 10 years ago today? And how about that 666 connection with Ozzy? Pretty crazy. Yeah, Gene. Yeah, I was very busy today. I got the news around 11:30. Hey, I got 222 thumbs up. Nice. Yeah, I've been going for almost 12 hours straight. I put it together as quick as I could, did all the research, put the slide. That's the thing that takes the most time, building the slides. And then I wanted so badly to have a nice stream with no problems. I'm glad I got back though. That would have been worse. I'll have to go see how it looks now because it's going to be like spliced together with the break there. We'll see. I know as soon as I get done here, I'm going to go on Facebook or Twitter and someone's going to have the missing piece on Hulk Hogan. If that happens, I'll just make a short video. And I can't wait to see what Decoding with Cody finds. Let me make sure he didn't put out anything yet. You know, Cody's the big wrestling guy. Adam the Illusion, he also follows wrestling. He put out a video today. Make sure you check him out. But yeah, I know Decoding with Cody's going to find something that I missed. All right. I think I heard Cody's traveling right now, so yeah, he's busy. He's probably worn out too from all the decodes. Yeah, I heard about Chuck Mangione too. I'm probably not going to cover that though. Like I said, 84 years old, it doesn't really do much for people. Even if the decode is spectacular, you know, he's 84. Unless it's, you know, I don't know what 84-year-old would move people, but probably not him. Although a lot of people have told me about it. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to do a decode on that. I think I've put out enough solid evidence in the last couple days that these people are going by the numbers. I'm sure he went by the numbers too, but I just don't want to spend a bunch of time on an 84-year-old that most people have never heard of. I mean, he is famous, but not like Hulk Hogan or Ozzy Osbourne. But I'm sure there's something there, but probably not going to look into it. Yeah, somebody will. Well, there's something. I went on Gematinator's blog. Make sure you check him out, Derek Gematinator85. He found something that I missed. So Terry Jean Balea 164, Terry Balea 164, Clearwater 164. Let me type that in. That's where he died, so it's interesting. Clearwater 164, Terry Balea 164. Yeah. Actually, they both got the 65 too. So Terry Balea equals Clearwater. And remember, Hulk Hogan equaled Clearwater too. Well, thank you, Derek. Appreciate that. If you don't know, Derek is the guy who built the calculator, Gematinator85. He always finds some great stuff. Yeah, check him out. Terry Jean Balea, also 164. Wait a minute. Didn't I talked about the 65 earlier too. Ah, crap. Well, it's all right. I'm not going to beat myself up. I talked about the 65 earlier with Randy Savage. So I missed that. Who knows how much I missed, man. I'm going to have to turn that fan back on. Hold on. All right, see how Terry, that's his full name, Terry Jean Balea, 164. Terry Balea, 164, dead in Clearwater, 164. And then Terry Balea has the 65 like Clearwater 65. I already talked about the 65 earlier, but I didn't catch that. So let me show you that. I'll have to make a post. I'll say, hey, if you left early, make sure you go watch the last 15 minutes of the video. Made a few more connections. Thanks to Derek Gematinator. Because I did bring up the number 65 today. I don't know how I missed that, man. Which tells me I probably missed a lot of other stuff. I really don't know how I missed that. I'm going to get done with this and I'm going to see that I missed half the decode. It's not fun being an OCD perfectionist, man. You wouldn't believe how hard I am on myself, man. Terry Jean Balea. Let's make sure we got this spelled right. I can't believe I missed the 65. Terry, Terry. Wait, right? Balea, Bollea. Bollea. Yep, there's a 65 right there. How did I miss that, man? Better late than never. So I pointed out that Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan, they were part of the Mega Powers. And Hulk Hogan is dead 65 days from the death date of Randy Savage. They both died in Florida, 65, the Mega Power 65. And now we can add to the list Terry Balea, 65, his real name, and Clearwater, 65. And then Terry Balea is 164, Clearwater 164, Terry Jean Balea 164. Like Clearwater and Terry Balea. So not only does Terry Balea equal Clearwater, but let me show you. Remember, Hulk Hogan equaled Clearwater. See? Hulk Hogan, 43. Clearwater, 43. Florida, 43. 43 episodes of Hogan Knows Best. All right. Make sure I didn't miss anything else here. Yeah, Steph, we covered the big New World Order connections. NWO was formed 29 years ago. NWO equals 29. And New World Order is 174. I think it was 174 days from the Royal Rumble. Yeah, 174 days from the Royal Rumble. New World Order 174. You missed most of the live? Yeah, you're going to want to go back and rewatch. All right, so Terry Balea equals Clearwater. Yeah, not the whole thing isn't amazing, but certain slides on here were pretty undeniable. Wonder what else I missed, man. Oh well, if it's worth making a short video, I will. Alright guys, I think it's time to shut it down. Whew, what a stream. Again, sorry I got frustrated when the stream went down for 5 minutes. I didn't think it was coming back. If you go back, you can hear me in the background. I said the F word. I said I was live for an effing hour. Sorry, guys. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being part of the channel. Please share this video everywhere you can. Very much appreciated. Even though I said a bad word, the information in here is pretty undeniable. You got the 201, you got the 666 big thing with Ozzy, you got 10 years ago today, Hulk Hogan was fired by the WWE on this day 10 years ago. And then you got the Hulk Hogan superfan who died this week. His name equaled 71. Now Hulk Hogan's dead at 71, and all the 71s we talked about. So, anyways, guys, tomorrow's a new day. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But thank you guys for being part of the channel. Love you guys. Hit that like and the share. Leave a comment after the fact. Help the algorithm any way you can. And have a great rest of your night, okay? As always, keep looking up. We are living in the biblical end of days. Jesus is coming very soon. I can't wait. And I'll see you guys on the next video. God bless.